I've seen enough things to lose hope, and here I am still going. I am even stronger now. Evil is lurking around you, and maybe I'm mistaken. You know I'm feeling alright. Like something on my face, something in my veins still hurts. And I don't know what it takes, don't know what it takes to move on. The more that I've done, the less I've become. I just live forever within our souls. Some do even know, and life will go on. And then we'll become just nothing at all. Just nothing, just nothing, just nothing, just nothing at all. Nothing at all, nothing at all, nothing at all. And then we'll become just nothing at all. We've seen all the way to ourselves just to know what it meant, so you took it away. Till times were connected, just like I'm gonna forget it when night is done. There's something on my face, something in my veins still hurts. And I don't know what it takes, don't know what it takes to move on. Something on my face, something in my veins still hurts. And I don't know what it takes, don't know what it takes to move on. Something on my face, something in my veins still hurts. And I don't know what it takes, don't know what it takes to move on. The more that I've done, the less I've become. I just live forever within our souls. Some do even know, and life will go on. And then we'll become just nothing at all. Just nothing, just nothing, just nothing, just nothing at all. Nothing at all, nothing at all, nothing at all. And then we'll become just nothing at all. I've seen enough things to lose hope, and here I am still growing. I am even stronger now.
I got trapped in your eyes the moment you looked at me. From across the room, those eyes kept following me. Something popped in my brain, oh baby, only you I see. make you nervous. A tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster. A reckoning, you wonder how I got this way. You think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face. Got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you'll break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption ever came. I stopped asking for forgiveness, cause you should know only fools tread where the angels fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone. So save your judgment cause you just don't know. But some things never change, never change. Oh, they say I should feel guilty and change my ways, leaving crumpled bodies in my wake. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. But they're so delicate and so mundane, and they keep coming like a moth to a flame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You'll break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption never came.
It don't matter where we go, it don't matter where we stay tonight. Cause when I'm with you, yeah, I know everything will be alright. It don't matter what we say, it don't matter how we make things right. Cause when I'm with you, yeah, I know everything will be alright. When I'm with you, when I'm with you, everything will be alright. When I'm with you, when I'm with you, everything will be alright. When I'm with you, when I'm with you, everything will be alright. When I'm with you. It don't matter where we go, it don't matter if we lose it all. Cause when I'm with you,
Hello,
yeah, I know
Hello.
everything
how are
will
you
be
doing?
alright.
I saw a tarantula and now I feel itchy.
You feel itchy?
Yeah.
Because you saw a tarantula?
Yes.
I got a mosquito bite,
Right. Okay.
so I
Same.
felt itchy.
Yeah. Mine is hallucinatory.
It's phantom.
Phantom.
Like
Phantom itching.
pains, yeah, phantom itching.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what's going on here.
How come every time I call you, it's always like there's no answer at first, and then I have to wait a little bit, and then you call me?
Usually because I work up until like right before the time, and sometimes I'm just still finishing stuff up.
You can't like work until like 5 minutes before the time?
I try. I'm not an amazingly punctual person.
I see.
I mean to be, and so I often think like, oh, I have half an hour now. I can easily
Do 29
write
minutes
my
worth
notes.
of work.
Yeah, write all of my emails, eat dinner, feel itchy from tarantulas. Like it'll all work out, and then it doesn't.
There's no like learning from past evidence or
Nope. Nope. It seems unlikely to happen at this point in my life.
all right. Hi Tebetai, welcome in. I got some just chatting
Also,
stuff.
like every time I do show up on time, like it's like no big deal. So who even cares?
What do you mean it's no big deal? What happens?
You know, it's not like I get rewards.
Yeah, it's like the default, right? Like
Yeah.
you showing up on
Right,
time.
so that's not
It's
not
like-
gonna incentivize me.
Okay, so what reward could I
to...
possibly give you?
I'm not sure.
Because what I've been doing, and maybe it's not effective, is I've been not punishing you when you show up late. Except for this time where I'm sort of
Is that what
calling
we've
you
been
out
doing?
on it a little bit.
Right.
Even though you've
Because
been
we've
doing it
done this a
repeatedly.
couple of times.
But then I decide, you know, what if I call her out just a little bit today? Just, you know.
Just a little bit, just a little punishment again this
Yeah.
time. A little bit more. Maybe it'll work this time.
So this
Weirdly, it
is-
never does.
I'd be on and off though, multitasking. Heyo Nebu, heyo Steph.
Hey,
It never. Well, the thing is, I so rarely, because I don't want to be like a jerk, right? So I don't
Right.
punish you for being late, but I always think about it, you know.
I'm
always,
sure.
like, here at 7:30, and I click the call button, and it's like Discord will ring for 3 minutes, and then it'll give up.
I'm aware. Yeah.
And so if
I
you
have
look
a lot
at
of
our chat
Calls
history,
that lasted for
you
3
see
minutes.
call for 3 minutes, then Steph calls,
Yes.
and this is repeated
You
like
do.
4 or 5 times for the last
Many
like,
times. Yep. I do try.
All right. So my just chatting topics. You ready?
Was that one of them?
No, that wasn't one of them. This was improvised
All right.
based on your 3 minute
Improvised.
lateness,
Oh.
or more than 3 minutes, I guess. 3 minute minimum lateness. Because we only record up
Fantastic.
to 3 minutes of lateness, and then it stops recording how long you were late for.
Great. Good. Excellent.
All right. You know what song I recently listened to?
I don't know that.
Hanson Bop.
Sure.
You know that song? You must know that song.
Of course.
So,
I do
like,
know it.
people of a certain age must know the song. A lot of people probably won't know the song. A lot of people in my chat, because they won't be of that age, I guess.
Oh, right. They're too young. I took a trip once to Newfoundland. And while I was in Newfoundland, I listened to a lot of Newfoundland radio because
That's what they played
was-
there.
Yeah. And you listen to the radio at that time, and you didn't have a lot of like CDs came out while I was in college, but people didn't have a lot
CDs
of them.
weren't invented yet until.
Right. CDs weren't invented yet. That's how old I am.
And for some of the audience, what is a CD?
Right. Right. Compact disc, which is a now obsolete.
It's a physical thing
but
that you can
then-
hold in your hand.
Yes.
And it had music on it. If you think like vinyl record, it's basically the same idea.
Right, but smaller. Yeah, a little. I mean,
Ironically-
it held the same.
CDs are more recent than vinyl records, but I think vinyl records are more popular in the zeitgeist of people these days. So they're more likely to be aware of vinyl records than they are to be of CDs.
Yes. Okay. So before CDs, there were cassette tapes. So that's what people had, but like they were kind of being phased out. Anyway, it was an
Cassette
awkward,
tapes is somewhere between vinyls and CDs.
right? But after 8 tracks. Anyway, I listened to a lot of Newfoundland radio, which was amazing because it's at the time there was like basically one station for the whole island, and so it played a wide variety of things, like a lot of country, but also like gospel, but also like Celtic music, but also like some pop
Because
music.
they only have the one station, so
They only had the one, exactly.
so you know
They
whatever
also had a
music there
show
was, you
on
had
there.
to play it there.
Exactly. They also had a show on there called Tradio, which was like Facebook Marketplace, but over the radio.
What the heck?
And
Okay.
people would call in with what they had to trade, and they'd be like, I have 2 tires, a collection of pine cones, and like a doll's head, and I'm looking to trade it for like some oyster baskets and a box of tissues. You know,
Yeah.
I'd just be like, what? Like, it was
And
amazing.
you didn't
And
have to leave contact info. You say this is Elizabeth, right? And so you know the Elizabeth from Newfoundland. Everyone knows that one.
they they left their phone numbers, but they only had to leave the last 4 digits.
Oh God.
So they would just say, and they say, instead of 3, they say tree, in the old Newfoundlander accent, which is sort of dying now. But like a lot of the numbers around St. John, which is the biggest city in Newfoundland, start with 3. So they'd be like tree 480, you know, like that was their phone number. The rest of it you didn't have to dial because it was the same for the whole island. Anyway, the music that they had, they seemed to only have, for popular music, Paula Cole's Where Have All the Cowboys Gone? And
Okay.
Hanson's Mbop.
Okay. You're saying they were trading that away or what?
That's just the music that they had on that station.
Oh, that they
It
played.
would come on in between
You were just saying that they
episodes
played
of
all
Tradio.
music. Oh, but only for that one segment. You're saying they play that Mbop song.
Yes.
Okay.
The only popular music they seem to have.
Okay, I
It's
see.
time for popular music hour, and it would just be
He would grab
Mbop
his CD of
and-
Mbop.
yes, and Where Have All the Cowboys Gone? So I listened to a strange amount of Mbop.
So here's the thing. I don't know. Maybe the things were, like, I don't know what was going on with Newfoundland with you during that period, or if there was some special situation going on. But when in my situation, it was basically people were demonizing Mbop because it was played too much on the radio. People were complaining
Yes.
about it. They said they hated it, and it was like
Yes.
the worst music ever. And then you were cringe.
Right.
We didn't call it cringe at the time, but you were cringe if you liked or listened to Mbop.
What did we call cringe? We just sort of
I don't
said
know.
lame.
I don't know if we had a word for it. Yeah, maybe just lame.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so that was that period. Now this is like, 10 lifetimes later. I'm on my
Right.
computer today, and I just heard Mbop. I just listened to it today, and I'm like, you know what? It's not that bad of a song. It's okay. It's
kind of a bop.
It's inoffensive. It's fine, right? It's not amazing, but it's like, and I
Yeah.
think there was like,
Have you looked up the lyrics?
I had at one point. I know they're kind of nonsensey, so but like I've never really cared about lyrics in general in music, and
Gotcha.
in fact I like instrumental songs, or I tend to prefer instrumental songs. If you like look statistically
Chip
at
music.
my music library, right, and then.
Right.
But what my point is, it's making me realize I'm not as rational and cool, like cool as in like Vulcans, like unemotional, not cool as in popular.
Yeah.
As cool-headed, I guess is the term I'm looking for. As I thought, right? I was influenced by culture, like because I also participated in the hating of Mbop. But I realize now it's not because I actually did dislike Mbop, it's because everyone around me disliked it, and so I wanted to fit in.
Yeah.
But
But
now
it turns out like that the lyrics are kind of sad.
oh really? I thought they were just nonsense.
Yeah, They say you only have so many relationships in this life, and only one or two will last. You go through all the pain and strife, then you turn your back and they're gone so fast. So hold on to the ones who really care. In the end, they're the only ones who will be there. When you get old, you start losing your hair. Can you tell me who will still care? Plant a seed, plant a flower, plant a rose. You can plant any one of those and keep planting to find out which one will grows because it's a secret that no one knows. And then, of course, there's the chorus,
That's some pretty
which
good
the words are
internal rhyme there.
bop, right, da dabba doo bop bop doo bop,
Yeah, I
dooba
guess that's the part
dop bop.
I saw, which made me realize or
Yeah.
believe it was nonsensy.
And then post chorus, it says, in a bop they're gone, in a bop they're not there, in an bop they're gone, in an bop they're not there until you lose your hair, but you don't care. It's kind of sad. It's kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
you have friends.
Oh, did we lose Steph? And then Mbop, she disappeared. What the heck? Hello? I can barely hear you.
I was trying to close the window that had the lyrics open,
Okay.
and I closed everything.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Anyway, the lyrics are sad.
Yeah.
Fish. Despite sounding very, very happy.
Are you able to see my screen?
smartPLANT?
Yeah. I'm just checking because when you close everything, sometimes you then lose access to my screen. So now you can see it again.
Gotcha. I can see it.
My credit card bill has been high lately.
Why?
That's what I want to know. Like, what the
Oh,
heck?
all right.
So then I go.
Are you purchasing things?
I didn't think so. So I go on my my credit card thing. How do I copy link? And this is what it shows me.
A lot higher than usual.
Yeah. I'm like, what the heck happened? And oh, that was when I had Mania, right?
Oh.
Remember when I got Mania?
I mean, sure.
You explain for people who don't know what Mania is, which I definitely have. That Steph just confirmed. What is what is Mania? It's well, I mean, we don't have to define Mania, but one of the things of Mania is apparently you go out and you spend reckless amounts of money.
Right, reckless amounts of money.
Yeah, which for me, as you can see, is $749.80.
Yeah.
Reckless.
Yes.
Look at, you see where the line here on the y-axis 200, right? And then the line, and then May and April was like it's probably not even 100. Maybe March was 100,
Right.
and April and May is like,
Right.
I don't know, $20,
Right.
zero maybe.
And this
I don't
is
know
what
if
I
it
was.
draws zero.
This is the information that I wanted you to give your doctor, where
And,
you explained
look
like
at this
what your
Mania. Look at this. Look at May and then look at July.
so that they could be like, oh, what actually happened is you were horrifically depressed, and then you developed a normal mood.
No, I like I mean, in terms of spending, I like my May behavior. I like it when my credit card bill is low.
Right.
Here I'm like, you know, I start like in my main, this is way back in July, ancient history. I was talking about how I'm gonna start my own business and everything, my ASMR business, and how I like bought cleaning supplies to clean my shower, and I bought that poster for exercising.
Yeah. You purchased a poster and some cleaning supplies.
Yeah, and it totaled up to $700, and like now I'm like, what's going on? I was clearly crazy back then. I'm still having some residual Mania here in August, as you can see.
Oh,
When you compare
yeah.
back to May.
$205 worth of, or I guess $305 worth of
Yeah,
residual.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's not just things of like I'm looking. I was like, tell me more website, because like this is what is going on here, and it tells me so $200 for a hospital bill, and I go, oh yeah, I remember going to the hospital a couple of times, in fact. This
Yes.
last few months. $200 for an
Which
eye
is
doctor
not-
bill.
Yeah.
You know,
That is also not mania.
where like I had to get new glasses for $200.
Right. Yeah. And you bought the cheapest pair.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Wow.
apparently this was for the exam. The glasses themselves were like free, supposedly.
Gotcha.
But I mean, it's like, from my perspective, it's all equivalent, right? Like in the end, I end up losing $200. Whether they say like, oh
I
yeah,
agree.
the diagnosis is free and the glasses are $200, or you know.
Right. Right. I just think that like when you are evaluating for mania, if somebody's like, I purchased the cheapest possible option.
Well, no, when
the
somebody's like,
expense of
I went
fashion.
from 0 to 700, which is like an infinite fold increase, you know,
Nope.
in spending.
Nope.
Would you as a mental health professional agree that infinite fold increase in spending it qualifies for mania? Infinity? Would you accept that? And they would say,
No.
I guess I would have to accept that as a reasonable
No, I
person.
wouldn't.
Because infinity is a big number. So
Incorrect.
that's how it should
And
be phrased.
What was one of those hospitalizations for?
Well, I don't remember, but I mean, there was a lithium thing, but I think that happened later. I think that was in August.
Okay.
It might be. I don't. Did I talk to you about this? I probably did, but there was like the testicle thing, right?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Epididymis or something like that. It's called.
Right.
Which now I feel obligated to clarify more, because just saying on stream the testicle thing and leaving it at that seems like.
I guess that is a little. Yeah. I guess you could clarify that if you want.
I don't even know. It's like an infection or something, a urinary tract infection equivalent or something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
So like the doctor examined it and she gave me some, I don't know what it was, antibiotics or something, I don't know. And then I take it and then she examined there and she said, yep, it's gone now. And I'm like, okay. And that was it.
But it was horrifically painful.
It was very painful, yes. It was like a swelling.
Yeah.
Like a cyst almost.
Yeah.
And it oh yeah, I remember the joke was when I said like, well, how do you get this epididymis thing? Because I don't want to get it again, right? I want to know what to avoid. And she's like, oh, you get it from like having a lot of sex. I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely what happened. That's how I got it, from having a lot of sex. But out of curiosity, how else could you get it? And she said,
Right,
you ride a bicycle too much. I'm like, nope, that's not me.
It was that first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Next topic. This is a little bit old, but I've been using AI to generate anime opening themes. So like animes are like Japanese cartoons, for example, right? And as just like Western cartoons, there's like a opening music song at the beginning of the episode.
Okay.
And usually also an ending theme at the end when the show's over. They play a song.
Okay.
And it's not like I tell the AI make me anime opening themes, but I do anime songs and they fit well for opening themes. Like an anime opening theme. They sound like they would be one. And then I end up getting this wistfulness, I guess, for wishing that I could see an anime that doesn't actually exist, Because this sounds like a really good opening theme.
Oh, okay.
And then I get sad.
I'm sorry. You want to not have emotions?
Not the bad ones.
Isn't the wistfulness, doesn't it sort of feel bittersweet? Doesn't it sort of feel kind of good?
Yeah. I'm thinking, like search engines like Google or whatever. These are tools where you type in something and then it locates for you a document that was created by some human, usually, that is relevant to the keywords that you typed in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, find me pictures of cats or something like that.
Okay.
With generative AI, it's like you type in the keywords and then it finds you documents that could have been created by a human, but were not necessarily. This is something that someone could have made. So it's like I'm searching in an alternate parallel universe where this anime existed and I could have watched it, but I didn't. I'm not in that universe. I'm in this universe. So I only got to get like snippets of it, right? Like I got the opening theme song, not an actual episode.
Yeah. Do you feel like this is creative work?
I guess so. Not from me. I feel the AI is doing creative work. It's doing what the human in that alternate universe would have did, right?
Right.
By coming up with that song.
Did. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why? What's your opinion?
Oh, I don't know. I was interested in the fact that like you would talk a lot about writing a book and how wanting to do that was a symptom, but like wanting to make music is not. And I was just
What are these
interested.
symptoms of?
Well, isn't one of your contentions that part of the manic episode was like writing a book?
I don't know the answer to your question because I feel like it's phrased weirdly, but what I will confirm this, which is maybe what you're asking. When I was in my manic phase, I wanted to write a book.
Right. And you identified that as a symptom, right?
Of the manic phase? Yeah.
Yeah. But writing music, not.
Well, not in the sense that I didn't want to write music. I did not want to write music. If I did want to write music, then it would have been a symptom, I guess.
Right, but you do want to write music now, right?
No, not really.
Oh. I guess, yeah. Do you identify what you're doing now? Like you say, it's not writing music?
I don't consider this to be writing music. I consider this to be searching for music in an alternate universe. Right?
All right.
I feel like I have almost no, like such minimal creative input goes into creating the song file. Like it's all AI and almost zero me.
Okay.
Such that I don't think I'm creating music when I do this. I think the AI is creating music. And so I don't, and so I don't feel like I have the urge to create music. I used to when I was a teenager, and this was before LLMs, so like I had to do it the old-fashioned way, right, to create music. But I don't feel that urge. But I do feel, or I did feel the urge to write a book. I do feel it today, actually. I worked on the book a little bit more today. I made some progress, but I haven't felt the urge to write fiction over the last couple months. Over the last 1 month, maybe. So urge to write is a symptom of my mania. Urge to write music is not a symptom of my mania. But it could have been if I had that urge, it would have been a symptom, but I didn't have that urge. That's why it's not a symptom.
Okay.
I've been reading this book on quantum physics. I don't know. The author is a little bit picky about the words, the language that he uses. And now I'm realizing I don't remember if it's quantum physics or quantum mechanics or what. But quantum something is what his book is about. And normally I would elide the difference, but he's picky about his language. So now I have a little bit of concern there.
Right. Is it good?
It's pretty good. Here, I'll give you this quoted passage and you can read it out for our viewers. Is this large enough font? No,
Uh,
here. Forget the title, and then I'll come back to the title in a moment. Starting from Indeed.
Okay. Okay. Indeed, it is possible that we might never be able to say what quantum theory, quote, means. I have worded that sentence carefully. It's not exactly, or necessarily, that no one will know what the theory means. Rather, we might find our words and concepts, our ingrained patterns of cognition, to be unsuited to articulating a meaning worthy of the name. David Memon expressed this adeptly when describing how many quantum physicists feel about Niels Bohr himself, who acquired the reputation of a guru with a quasi-mystical understanding that leaves physicists, even now, poring over his maddening cryptic words. Quote, I have been getting sporadic flashes of feeling that I may actually be starting to understand what Bohr was talking about, end quote, wrote Merman. Sometimes the sensation persists for many minutes. It's a little like a religious experience, and what really worries me is that if I am on the right track, then one of these days, perhaps quite soon, the whole business will suddenly become obvious to me, and from then on I will know that Bohr was right, but be unable to explain why to anybody else.
What do you think about that?
Sounds a little loose. Also maddeningly cryptic.
When I read that there's this thing in functional programming culture. So there's programming culture, and then there's a niche, which is already niche, and then there's a niche of that called functional programming, called the monad tutorial fallacy, which is the title of that entry that I created. And it reminded me, when I read this entry for this passage from the quantum mechanics book, it reminded me of the monad tutorial fallacy. A monad is a mathematical construct. You in the same sense that a fraction is a mathematical concept, right? Someone can say, what is a fraction? And you can say, well, it's like one number divided by another number, but that's not quite it though, right? It's not because you can just, divide 2 by, you can divide 4, let's say you can divide 6 by 2 and you get 3. There, I did a fraction. Or did I? No, not really. I just did division, right? That's not really what a fraction is. So you can sort of gesture at it, right? Like you say, well, it's not, it's this one thing, which is like the division, but you don't do the division. It's like, it's there instantiated instead of the operation of dividing. It's, and so it's like this abstract construct in math, right? Like once you have it as an object now, your fraction, and then you can do things with it. You can add fractions together, you can multiply them together. Whereas you don't really say you would add division together or something like that.
Right.
Anyway, so a monad is one of those things, and it has various properties, just like fractions have various properties. Fractions have rules. Like how do you add two fractions together? You just you learn, you memorize the rules, and you can do it. Same thing with monad. There are things you can do with them, and then you memorize the rules, and then you can do it. The idea, though, is monad has this reputation for being extremely difficult to explain.
Okay.
I'm sort of hand waving it, right? Like I'm saying it in such a way so you get the gist of it, but you don't actually know. Like from what I said, you can't figure out what a monad is. We'd have to get more details. Yep. But the monad tutorial fallacy is this pattern of behavior we see in the functional programming community, where not everybody, but like a lot of people will write a blog post or a Substack explaining monads. They will give their monad tutorial. And the introduction hints at this belief that the author has, which is that the author read like all these other monad tutorials and they never got it. Like they say, oh, a monad is like a burrito, or a monad is like a spacesuit, or a monad is like this other thing. In a way that said the fraction is kind of like division. And they never got it. But then they suddenly got it. They figure, oh, a monad is like a hot dog. If you just think of it this way, you'll understand it for sure. And so they write their tutorial explaining how a monad is like a hot dog, and if you just think about it this way, like the concept is so obvious, it's so simple, you'll get it for sure. And it doesn't work. Like people read the tutorial and they still don't get it.
Like,
and so
that's not how burritos work in my world.
And so the hypothesis is that it's not any one tutorial or any one insight, like the idea that, oh, a monad's like a burrito, is what caused you to understand it. It's being repeatedly exposed to the idea in multiple circumstances, in different contexts, that over time caused the idea to click for you. And so the only way to understand the monad is to read all these tutorials and to struggle, and not any one of them will work for you. It's as a collection, you have to be exposed to the idea under multiple different guises and angles before you'll get it.
Do you think that people in that situation actually are getting it, or is this just the like Zygarnik effect?
What's the Zygarnik
That like you just
effect?
where like you get so familiar with it, you think, oh, I know that now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard to tell for sure if someone really knows something for real. Like, do you really know what a fraction is for real? You know, like, I
like,
feel like I know what a fraction
usually
is,
don't.
but like I'm having trouble explaining it, right? Like in like,
yeah.
But I'm like, but I gesture it like, come on, guys, you know what I'm talking about. You know, fractions. You guys, you all know what fractions are. And
so is the person really getting it, or are they just reaching? Come
Well, the
on,
thing is-
guys, you know what a fraction is.
yeah, but the thing is,
Status.
like, I know what a fraction
Or
is
is that
well
getting
enough to use it in my work life, for
Use it?
example, right? Like,
Okay.
like if I could be, I don't know, where would you use fractions? Like as a grocery cashier or something like that, or you
Making
know,
a
like-
recipe.
or
You
yeah,
have to
or things like
have
that. Yeah,
a recipe.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I
do
know it
these
well enough to
people-
do that, you know. So to me, it's like, so that's evidence that I know what it is. I understand
Okay.
it.
Do people reach that level of can you use a monad in your work
Yes.
in a way that would show that you really do know how it
Yes,
works?
and I think they do. Like, so when you read the tutorial, they'll give their
Okay.
example, right? First, they'll give the explanation, the analogy. A monad's like a burrito because you take a value and you put it in, you wrap it up in the burrito bun, and then you, like, it's whatever, it's nonsense, right? But then they say, now let us examine a couple of famous monads, and then there are some. There's something called the option monad. There's something called the list monad, and so on. And they say, and you see how the analogy fits in each of these cases, and then. And like by the way they talk about it, you can sort of get a feeling that, yeah, okay, this guy or girl, I guess, or whatever, guy in the gender neutral sense, really does understand what a monad is. I'm sort of like, I didn't want to get into it, right? It's just like Bayesianly, most of them are men, but
No,
that's
that's
not
totally fine. It
relevant.
wasn't
So forget it.
intended, yeah.
Yeah. So in the same way that, you know, someone says like, you know, like a fraction is like, I don't know, two kids on a seesaw, right? Because of such and such.
Yeah.
So it's like, that part's nonsense. But they say, look, for example, consider the fraction 3 out of 4, and then consider the fraction 7 out of 8, and they work with a bunch of examples, and you can see, okay, so this person does know what fractions are and how to work with them, even if their explanation is nonsense, right?
Yeah. You know what the passage made me think of
What?
is that mathematician that you have talked about, whose name is Indian, so I'm not going to remember it.
Ramanujan?
Yes. And the way he's like, sometimes the gods just whisper to me.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see. I was like waiting for it, like, where's the connection? And now I see. There's a connection. Yeah,
Like he seems to think that the ghost of 4 is whispering to him,
right.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
And he's like, that's just how it works eventually, right?
maybe. Well, the thing is, I kind of want to ask you about like both the monad tutorial fallacy and the way this guy's talking about it. Of like, like, you know, what does neuroscience have to say about all of this? Because there's like, is there really stuff that's you like once you learn it, you can't explain it to someone else? Because that also has the monad has a reputation, and I think Steph, there's so many conversations that we have where I remember it and you don't, so I'm just gonna assume you don't remember this conversation. But one time when I was at Amazon, right, I gave a presentation on monads, and then I told you I relegated this anecdote to you, Steph, but now I'm thinking you won't remember that I relegated to you. Someone came after me, you know, afterwards, and saying, you know, you like, there, I forget his exact wording, but he says like there's that often there's a stereotype that when someone really understands a monad, then they are no longer able to explain it, and I can tell that you really understand monad. And I was like, oh, so you're saying I explained it poorly, right? But I guess I'll take it as a compliment. And then he quickly
I actually do remember this
okay.
anecdote.
And he tried to rush to say, no, I meant it as a compliment. I mean,
Right. No, yeah.
yeah. But it came off like sort of as an insult when I heard it. But I could tell like from his posture or whatever that he was being sincere, right? He intended it as a compliment.
Yeah. There is actually data showing that experts have a harder time articulating their knowledge. Like that once it becomes your expert knowledge, it's more difficult to articulate it. It's got a particular name that effect, and I can't remember what it is.
What is
but there is
curse of knowledge, which seems relevant.
I'm not sure I'd be able to Google it. I was trying to think of like, because when you put in like expert effect, it's just sort of like join my like consulting firm.
Yeah.
Expert knowledge. Let's see.
But I mean, the name isn't so important, right? Like, I'm more interested in the concept that you were explaining.
Yeah, it talks about like making something into tacit knowledge, and how once it becomes tacit knowledge, it's very difficult for the expert to articulate it. Apparently it might be called the invisible knowledge problem.
Invisible knowledge problem. Okay, I'll be sure to Google that afterwards to read up all about it.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes, there is a little bit of that. The invisible knowledge problem refers to the significant challenges that arise from the nature of tacit knowledge, which is expertise gained from experience, intuition, and observation that's difficult to articulate or formalize. This invisible knowledge is a major driver of performance, but because it's not explicitly documented, or it's hard to explicitly document, it can be lost when the expert leaves. It becomes a barrier. It appears in various fields, including economics, computer science, and org development, etc. So yes, so there are some papers on that. One thing that I free associated to that may or may not be relevant, and you can let me, but it's something that I've been thinking about a lot, is I was reading this Substack that was reminding everyone how important forgetting is, in the sense that if you don't forget a lot of information, it's very difficult to generalize. You actually have to forget a lot of the details and just kind of remember the gist of things in order to make a comparison to something else, and to kind of be able to make analogies or make these insights. Like if you're remembering every single detail of every burrito that you've ever eaten, you would be unable to compare it in any way to a monad. You actually have to kind of forget a lot of things about each burrito that you've eaten, and even ones that were sort of different, and kind of like just be left with this vibe of burrito. And then like once you have that vibe of burrito, you can then use that abstract concept to generalize, to compare to another thing, to make analogies, that sort of thing. And that idiosyncratic forgetting process, which is something that experts do because they've been exposed to a lot of the material, and so I've just forgotten a lot more than you about it, is very hard to articulate, because then you're trying to articulate what you have forgotten. So like I'm thinking about the you keep reading all these different monad tutorials, right?
Yeah.
And each time you're kind of struggling with it, you're taking in all the details, you're kind of like, I don't really get it. But over time, that knowledge starts to decay, and what's left is this sort of vibe of a monad. And then some other time, you're you've got a vibe of another concept, and all of a sudden, bam, each of them you have enough of a expert vibe about that you can make that comparison. Does that
Yeah,
seem relevant?
it is relevant. But I don't know if it's true. I don't.
It is true.
I don't know that you necessarily have to forget the details of something to generalize it. It seems like you can, ignore temporarily without necessarily forgetting. Like, in the same way that I say, well, I know 3/4 is a fraction, and I know 7/8 is a fraction, and I can see that they're both fractions. So the fraction being the generalized concept of combining 3/4 and 7/8. But I still remember, the specific value 3/4 and the specific value 7/8.
Right. You don't have to forget everything that you know, but you have to like strategically forget the details that your brain has figured out are less important. So when you're introduced to fractions, you're introduced to all kinds of things. And a novice is like, oh, the line is what's important. Right? Or the way it's a division problem written this way, or maybe the numerator is more important because that sounds like number. Like you're a novice, so you don't really know, right? And then as you develop more expertise, you realize none of those things are true, and those associations that you made decay. And like your brain goes, oh, actually the line isn't that important, or like the numerator is not more important than the denominator, right? Like it forgets all these little inaccurate or irrelevant details, leaving behind the essence of a concept, which is quite tricky to develop otherwise.
Yeah, I think I just object to the label forgetting, maybe, but like I think probably you're gesturing at something that is true. I just disagree on the labels we're using to label those things.
Sure. Sure.
Because what you're talking about now sounds a lot like overfitting in machine learning, right? Where like if you're trying to recognize handwriting of digits, like people write digits and then you get the image and then you have to recognize what digit is that they wrote down. You can overtrain and you say like, well, I have 1,000 training data. I just memorized all 1,000 images. So if I see exactly this image, I know it's a 5. If I see exactly this image, I know it's a 3. But if it's a slightly different 3, then I don't know what it is, right? And the idea is you have to make the model smaller, have fewer neurons in a sense. Because if it's too big, it actually memorizes the entire training data. And you want it to forget some of the training data, so it's forced to do these abstractions. Like, it doesn't have to be exactly this image. It just has to have like these 2 curves, and then that's how you know it's a 3, So I'm going to detect the curves or whatever.
It's a perfect analogy. And the brain has to do that, right? Like you can recognize numbers in an amazing variety of fonts. You can recognize them in an amazing variety of sizes. You can recognize cursive versus not, right? Like all these different handwritings, you can recognize it when it's backwards. And it turns out it's not the case that your brain has seen every single possible font and color and handwriting and stuff. Like it has to not overfit. And so is there a word that you like better than forgetting to describe this process of not overfitting?
I don't know. I can't think of it right now. The thing is, when I hear like you have to forget, I was like, well, but I remember 3/4, right? I didn't forget. So there's something going on, but I don't know what it is that's going on. And forgetting doesn't sound like the right thing to me, but I don't know. I guess I'll have to grudgingly accept it since I can't come up with a better word.
Yeah.
There's also this concept, I'm shifting, it's still related, but a little bit different, of intentional versus extensional definitions.
Not familiar.
Intentional is when you define something by giving the rules that let you know if something fits the definition or not. Extensional definition is when you give a whole bunch of examples of things that fit the definition.
Oh, okay.
And so like the classic, I think, case where you would use extensional definition is something like someone says, what is red? What does that mean? And it's hard to give, like, you know, you could say something like, oh, it's when light vibrates at this specific frequency. That doesn't communicate too much to them in most contexts. I guess in a technical or scientific context, it might help. It's usually easier just to point at a bunch of things. So you see this is red. You see this is red. You see this is red. And then they'll figure out what all the things you pointed at have in common, and then realize, oh, so that's what red is.
Right, but then it now it's expert knowledge, and it's actually really hard to articulate to someone else, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. And I'm thinking,
So you are an expert.
At what red is. Yes, I can always tell.
Right. Exactly.
But I can't tell you what red is. I just have to show you a bunch of examples.
Right.
But I was thinking fractions is sort of like that. Like you know, there is probably a formal definition of fraction. Like if you go on Wikipedia or something like that, you can. But like if you're learning fractions, you're probably a kid, and that Wikipedia article is not gonna make any sense to you. Like, I don't know what the fuck it's saying. But what's a fraction? Oh, here's a fraction. 3 out of 4. You see, this is a fraction. Let me show you something. Like, I just show you a bunch of examples. Then you say, oh, now I know what a fraction is.
Right, and we do that with most learning.
Yeah, that is how fractions are taught, right, in school. We don't say, like, let us start with the formal definition. We start with, like, here's a bunch of examples, and here's how you add them together, here's how you multiply them together, and then the kid just learns from examples. Like, they learn to generalize it without knowing the formal rule.
And we do that all the time, right? Like that's how you teach a little kid. Like, you see parents showing their kids, like, dogs all the time, right? And the kid is at first kind of, like, overfitting, and, like, every animal becomes a dog, and the parent's like, nope, this is a dog, this is a cow, right?
Yeah.
But never says, oh, actually, dogs are things with canine teeth that have upper and lower, you know, like,
whatever the definition of a dog is according to science.
Right? Like, yeah. And we do that with not just information and categories, but also with, like, moral intuition, right? Like, very rarely do parents lay out, this is how morality works and how you're supposed to be making moral decisions. They're sort of like, stop doing that, do more of that, right? Just example after example. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's what's going on with the monad tutorial facet, because, like, everybody who learns monad, they will encounter the intentional definition, because, like, that's the classic, because it's a math thing, and mathematicians love intentional definitions.
Yeah.
So you're reading, you're saying, I don't know what the fuck this is, like, from reading the description.
You're just showing me more examples.
Yeah.
But you need, like, a lot of them.
Yes.
Right? If you just see
and the more abstract it is, the more you need examples of, in a sense.
Right.
Because it's harder to figure out
but
what they're talking about.
Like, dog, like, if somebody shows you, like, a Chihuahua and, like, a cartoon version of a Labrador Retriever, you're gonna be like, what?
Yeah. Well, maybe not. I mean, like, it's hard to empathize, because I feel like we learn very young what a dog is, right? Most people do. Like, it feels natural. It feels easy to pick up. Like, you can say, here, this is a dog, and it's like, okay, I get the concept. But, like, so when I said, like, the more abstract, the more examples you need, or the harder it is, a more abstract concept than dog is mammal, right? And then you point to things like, well, dolphins are mammals, and then you're like, wait, what? You know, like, because that doesn't look like any mammal I've seen before, you know?
Right.
And it becomes more surprising that way.
Kind of fascinating. It's an interesting discussion.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to add, but it's interesting.
I got this one other thing. So I'm reading the quantum mechanics book, as I mentioned. And the author gives this anecdote. He says, Niels Bohr once gave a lecture on quantum mechanics to a room full of philosophers. Much to his consternation, they all sat there and nodded as he explained his stuff. If a man does not feel dizzy when he first learns about quantum of action, he has not understood a word, is what Bohr said. So I'm imagining, like, the image was funny to me. I'm imagining him, he's explaining, right? He's like, oh yeah, so quantum physics. So, sometimes, so you take the measurement, you shoot these particles through the double slit, and you take the measurement, and then suddenly it's no longer like a wave, now it's a particle. And they're like, okay, sounds good. And he's like, what do you mean it sounds good? No, you're supposed to, like, argue with me. You're supposed to say this is nonsense. None of this makes sense. If you, he's getting angry, that they're like, okay, we accept your theory, sounds good.
Yeah. Crazy.
All right, let's move on to the game. It's called smartPLANT, and apparently it has something to do with AI, maybe.
I heard they did I have to go back to the double slit experiment. I heard they
Okay.
did it with atoms, single atoms.
I'm shrugging. Could be.
No, you're supposed to be amazed by this.
I mean, I don't
Anyway.
I don't have an intuition for how macroscopic an object has to be before classical effects overwhelm. But I
Right.
know they did with electrons. Atoms, if they do it with small atoms, it's probably not too wild. Like an atom is probably only like 100 times more massive than an electron. Hydrogen atom, I mean. But I don't have an intuition. Like, does it have to be
Anyway.
like a tennis ball? It'd be very hard to do the double slit experiment with to replicate the effects. Like the tennis ball would decohere too much with the environment, and so it would clearly act like a particle and not a wave. Tennis ball. So where between electron and tennis ball, does it start to falter? I'm not sure.
MIT physicists did this at the end of July, and it was paring down the experiment to its quantum essentials, and they found that the double slit experiment still holds up. Anyway, feel free to ignore and move on.
All right. I don't know what they were expecting though. Like, they were thinking it wasn't gonna act like a wave,
I think they just wanted to prove that it does both,
Yeah.
even when you go all the way down to its absolute basic essential. And then they did it, and my phone told me about it because it tells me about important science news. And I was like, I know maybe one person who would be interested in it. Turns out
They
that
weren't.
was an overestimate. All right.
So yeah, this has something to do with AI maybe and biology.
Technologies. For some, it meant a bright future. Food in abundance, an end to hunger. For others, corporate greed, environmental disaster, massive inequality. And my aunt, well, she was right in the thick of it. Or at least I'm told. Maybe this reading room will have the answers I need to piece together her story.
I feel like we missed the first few syllables of her introduction.
Yeah, me too.
Cascadia City Public Library, Emmer Reading Room and Education Center, open 24 hours because history is on all-day thing. Oh, is an all-day thing. All right. Ooh, frame rate isn't so good. Let me lower the graphic quality maybe a little bit more. It's low. So we're in a museum, I guess, or a library or something. CCPL, this is the actual case of Utopia Bot. Vials exploited by Julian Kim in April 2038. So this is sci-fi, we're in the future. That reckless and somewhat selfish act triggered a series of events that led to the eventual downfall of Emmer Technologies. So the narrator, or I guess our character, protagonist, said something about her aunt, right? She was, and I guess maybe we're gonna have flashbacks of like what did the aunt do that led to the downfall of Emmer Technologies.
Yeah.
This is how it all started. Seeing this case is emotional. The actual vials of Utopia bots that triggered the whole chain of events for Emmer. And for my Aunt Tegan.
This guy keeps chuckling while looking at this poster. Emmer, corporate greed. Through our corporate greed program, we can bring an end to life forever together. Ava Mine, resist today. Protest graffiti. Photograph of, was it June Ahabi? Taken in Cascadia City, 2038, at the height of the worldwide condemnation of Emmer. So is Emmer actually the bad guy, or are we going to find out that they were actually the good guys all along, or what? Like, how's this going to go?
Hard to know.
Printed on interactive paper, property of Tegan Wick. Oh, Tegan was her aunt, right? Emmer, let's end hunger together. Employee onboarding guide for scientists, engineers, and technical staff. Archival copy. Do not remove from library. Oh god, how much reading am I going to do? Introduction. Welcome to Emmer. We are delighted to have you join the Emmer family. As you read through this guide, we expect that you will come to realize the incredible opportunity that has come your way. Although this orientation is just one component of your onboarding as an Emmer Utopian Technical Associate, it will provide you with the general information you will need to be an informed, effective, and engaged employee. About Emmer, mission statement: help bring an end to hunger together. Emmer is celebrating its 10th birthday this year, and you're invited to the party. In our decade of cutting-edge biotechnical research, we have always strived for one thing: egalitarian agriculture. By providing each generation of our smartPLANT technology to everyone, free of license or charge, we provide equal access to sustainable, productive, non-invasive agriculture for everyone on the planet. From our roots, or grassroots as it were, as a modest 3-person business to the blossoming global corporation that we are today, our success is thanks in no small part to our founder, Ava Moornfield. Ava Moornfield, CEO. Ava exemplifies global cooperation from her international philanthropy to her recent nomination for the Nobel Peace Prize based on her efforts to open source important plant genome to alleviate hunger. Ava comes from humble beginnings. She began life as a child refugee fleeing from a civil war sparked by a lack of food and clean water. It had raged for years due to aggressive meddling from self-serving megacorporations. As a result, Ava's vision has always been clear and severe: an end to corporate greed and an open-handed approach to agriculture. This philosophy was the fertile ground from which the Global Farming Program sprouted. Global Farming Program. This international Emmer initiative has done more to provide equipment and agriculture education worldwide than any other organization. In her 7 years of existence, 13 droughts on 5 continents have been averted thanks to our sharing is caring policy of open sourcing Emmer's drought-resistant wheat genome to local farmers. This has saved an estimated 31 million lives, and with our next generation of smart plants rolling out next year, this number is sure to grow. That's where you come in. Did you know Emmer Triticum dicocoides is an ancient form of wheat? It is also critically important to our global farming program. I didn't know that. Are plants intelligent? With all this talk of smart plants, are they smart? Plants possess a simple nervous system. Electrical impulses or action potentials are propagated through its vascular tissue. This is a network of xylem and phloem cells acting much like a plumbing system. Water, sugar, minerals, hormones, and electrical currents are carried throughout the entire plant. And she writes, cool, might be a terrific research project. The electrical signals function as a long-distance communication network to coordinate a myriad of activities. We believe this simple nervous system forms the foundation for the emergent property of plant intelligence. Plants are good at internal communication. If a single tissue is threatened by environmental stress, insect wounds, or pathogens, the entire plant soon knows about it and can also respond in coordinated fashion. This is termed systemic signaling and is pretty important for survival. Waves of electricity, water pressure, calcium, and reactive oxygen species like peroxide, ROS for short, are all important, but we've concentrated on electrical signals here. Question mark. Xylem and phloem are a team of conductive tissues forming a beautifully integrated circulation system in higher plants. Xylem, dead, empty cells very well suited for carrying vast quantities of water. Phloem, living cells carrying mostly sugar made in the leaves source to sites where they are needed, sinks. Both transmit electrical signals a bit like nerve cells. The xylem transmits a slow variation potential and the phloem a very fast action potential. Activate Xylem. Look at those electrical signals go. Activate
Wow.
Phloem. We have to activate both at the same time. Utopia bots. Yes, we can detect and even manipulate plant action potential. Emmer Utopia bots are nanocomputers modeled after the size and structure of a virus and inserted into plant cells. Each has an onboard neural network trained to detect electrical signals. The purpose, of course, is to modulate those signals, allowing us to make much better plants without genetic engineering. Think of it as fine-tuning nature using only mild electrical currents. With this technology, we can help crop resist disease and insect infestation, grow larger and healthier, and even be more nutritious. Our message to plants: relax and let us do the thinking. Housing for hardware and neural network algorithms, appendage for cellular attachments. Work expectation. At Emmer, we believe in our staff. It's cliche, but we're all family, if only distantly related. The fine print. 3 weeks vacation per year, incremented annually. 30 to 40-hour work week. Remote work is encouraged, tracked via your implant. Yearly in-person performance evaluation. Maternal-paternal leave. Free off-site course in robotics, machine learning, and horticulture. Additional note. Equipment may be taken off-site for work use, but it must be signed out and returned in a timely manner. This includes lab equipment, organic samples, software, and stationery. Intensive implant training will commence within 1 week of start date. Let's end hunger together. Pin. Use this number to set up your Emmer staff profile. So maybe we have to remember this. 34B6. You got that, Steph?
Yep.
Celebrate Cascadia, nature drawing by the children of Emmer staff. It's pretty good. This guy really loves this painting.
Yeah.
Select recording, okay. I guess we'll do 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's locked. What about these goggles? I can't use the goggles. Pine Tree by Donald Mournfield. My grandma told me that pine trees don't have flowers, but they have seeds inside of cones, and there are 2 kinds of them. Girl cones and boy cones on the same tree. That's weird. Archival copy, do not remove from library.
Stop trying to remove it.
So much reading, oh my goodness. Emmer Education Foundation presents evolution in action. Leaves have evolved over millions of years to be green, or more accurately, to absorb red and blue light. Green, not so much, so it's a color that we see. In this simulation, you must evolve leaves to some other color. First, pick a favorite color. Start the simulation, you will be shown 10 leaves of varying colors. Click on them in sequence, starting with those that are the wrong color and working your way to those which are closest to your color of choice. This simulates fitness. We make the assumption that those that live the longest are most fit. Repeat for each successive generation. Behind the scenes, we use artificial intelligence developed by Emmer. Its genetic algorithm and work much like natural selection. It processes the length of time that each leaf lives and selects the longest living to be carried forward for further selection. This is a form of artificial selection, something which animals and plant breeders have been doing for centuries. Oh, we also throw in the occasional color mutation, just as in the real world. Let's evolve. What color do we want? Blue?
Sure.
So get rid of the guys that are the least blue, I guess. What? None of these are blue. What's the most blue? Guess that these guys here.
Yeah.
Wow. The blue went extinct after the first generation. Oh, here we go. Some blue again.
Random mutation. Sweet.
And then he's gone again. Okay, we're starting to get some. What's more blue? I guess these guys are more blue. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna stop. I feel like we get the picture. Like, even though it didn't work, I think I know what was
Right.
supposed to happen.
Blue doesn't seem very good for the evolutionary fitness of the leaves of that.
Oh, look, here's the lady who asked if we want a tour of the Beaver Museum. And we're like, no,
Oh,
thank
God.
you. You can see the whole museum here. Pick a year. Emmer Technology Worldwide Holdings. HQ, Cascadia City in Cascadia, 2 million kilometers square arable land, mostly in wheat. Oh, it looks like they developed some in Europe. And they got boats. Bountiful Ocean Initiative, a fleet of ship and submersible researching plant-based food systems in the deep sea. Plant Beyond the Earth Project, Emmer Space Station, launched to study effects of low gravity and high cosmic radiation on food plants. I mean, they seem good. Like, I don't know why what the controversy was, right? Free food for everybody. That seems like a good thing.
Hello.
This is Dr. James Fleming, Professor Emeritus from Cascadia Northwest University. I understand that Shira Wicks, the niece of Dr. Tegan Wicks, will be visiting the reading room to do research for a documentary film. Please give her every assistance. Oh, and I do appreciate your efforts to curate the Emmer story, warts and all. We all know the company has had a less than stellar history. Bye for now.
Hi there. Is your name Shira? Your aunt's colleague, Dr. James Fleming, has just mentioned that I might see you today. I assume you'll want to learn all about your aunt's role in the Emmer saga, so please take the key labeled Wicks here on my desk. It will unlock the first VR station of your tour. But first, you might want to have a look around the room. We have exclusive background material that will help you make sense of the VR tours. Then, when ready, just look for the gently pulsing hologram.
This one, Wicks tour. Can I read her documents? Can I be nosy? Nah, it's too small font for me. So we're doing a documentary, she said?
I guess.
Virtual Reality Station 1, consciousness file for Dr. Tegan Wicks, plant lore interaction provided by Cascadia Botanical Association. Maybe toggle it off, but honestly, why? Yeah, honestly, why would you toggle it off?
Yeah.
To view, simply put on VR headset, the recording will start automatically. You will share the same experience as Dr. Wicks, but through our AI-enhanced persona technology, you will control your own exploration of the environment. Alright.
Oh, what a night. My head feels exactly like one of those eggplants out there, swollen and purple.
Use one of these passages in my next lecture on the history of science. Alchemy is so wild.
In a good way?
Yeah, painful memories here. I remember how devastated I was when they took down my favorite tree. In my heart, they destroyed Yggdrasil, the tree at the center of the cosmos from Norse mythology. This is all I could salvage, so I gave it the name.
Are these the aunt's memory or the niece's memory?
I think they're the aunt's memory. Like, you're controlling it, but it's what she's experiencing.
But how did they record what she was thinking when she looked at things?
Patented technology.
Oh, good times. I could have stayed a student forever.
Yeah, okay, it's definitely the aunt.
The exhilaration of exploration, the excitement of learning, surrounded by equally passionate people. Those were the days. Now,
Remember those
where
days
did I
of your
leave my
learning?
comm glasses?
What did you say? Some of the comm glasses?
I should really
She wants
find
to know
my
where
comm
she left them.
glasses before leaving.
Good morning, Tegan. Please have a look at your latest messages. Next message. James Fleming, where are you? You were supposed to come in early today to sign your release papers. Tonight was fun. Thanks for the wine. Sorry again about you getting fired from Emmer. Don't worry, I don't think you drop any trade secrets, lol. We all have to take a load off once in a while. My turn to rant next time, Kay. Took liberty of cleaning up a little. Sorry, accidentally nudged the Emmer quip on your table. Those test tubes were already cracked, right? Also, watch out for Talos.
Owls?
Talos. Talos.
Talos. Okay.
I guess he wasn't kidding about cleaning up. The place looks spotless. I hope he didn't touch my nano gear, though. If anything's broken, I'm in trouble up to my Mary stems.
Up to my what? My Mary stones?
Mary stems?
C. Need cricket powder oat milk? I teach botany. Food. Buy with thought, cook with care, use less wheat and meat, buy local foods, serve just enough, use what is left, don't waste it.
I don't think I want to eat right now, or ever again. Why did I drink that 5th glass of wine? Oh yeah, something called getting fired.
Did you know deadly things can come in pre-packages? Every part of this lovely foxglove, Digitalis purpurea, is loaded with Digitalis, digoxin, and digitoxin. Digitalis can slow down the heart, even stop it, but in small amounts the drug is used to treat heart conditions, which proves the ancient Greek saying, pen mitron ariston, moderation in all things.
So the dose makes the poison.
What the heck? Look at these giant ants.
Yeah.
I thought I had 4 vials of Utopia bots, and I definitely remember Julian commenting on them last night. I think. It's a bit fuzzy. Compose message to Julian. Hey Jules, remember that vial of Utopia bots I showed you last night? You remember where I set it down? I have to return everything soon, and I can't remember where I've left it. Thanks. Send message.
Cascadia City News Review. Pacific Northwest hit by 6.1 magnitude quake. 6.1 magnitude quake rocked the Pacific Northwest at approximately 11:05 p.m. yesterday evening. No casualties have been reported, though damage to older buildings occurred in coastal cities stretching from San Francisco to Vancouver. The quake wasn't big enough to critically damage infrastructure, said Frank Chow Yu, newly elected Prime Minister of Cascadia. I'm proud of our nation's emergency preparedness initiative. This in reference to Cascadia's nationwide initiative to inform all citizens on the likelihood of earthquake-related disasters. This was first implemented 3 years ago when clusters of small earthquakes began rocking the Pacific Northwest, allegedly as a result of subsea mining operations in and around the Cascadia subduction zone. The West Coast has been living under the shadow of the big one for decades. I doubt people thought an earthquake of this magnitude would result from our own handiwork, says Yu. This is the largest human-influenced earthquake to date. Corporations must be held accountable for their actions here. Cascadia Mining and its subsidiaries must assume some basic level of moral culpability for this. Neural properties of flowering plants. Oh, it's ours. Is this our PhD thesis, maybe?
We edited this proceedings of a conference.
Proceedings of a conference. Top story. Ava Morfield accepts Nobel Peace Prize for work in poverty alleviation. Ground crickets, the new quinoa. New study reveals promising health benefits. Sponsored content. Emma rolls out new strain of smart wheat. Reminder to me, fantastic cockroach model on sale at Bugs Don't Bug Me on Main Street. Get one. World Music Festival. That shelf is super high.
Yep.
Julian, leave light on. Plant need continuously low irradiance. Also take a bath. It likes the humidity. Tegan. What a weird looking plant. Frankenstein. Oh, I can think about this.
Nice to soak in the tub once in a while, immersed in my forest of solitude. Yesterday's news hit pretty hard. Maybe I should turn my nature wall on and just take a minute to relax.
My nature wall? So my journal, it says I have to do something with a mystery plant. Which one's the mystery plant? This one? Or maybe it's outside. Oh, maybe this is the mystery plant. Sender name withheld. Yep, definitely the mystery plant.
Looks pretty mysterious.
A beautiful plant is like having a friend around the house. We're sorry to see you go, Tegan. You've been such an inspirational colleague. Enjoy this plant as a reminder of our good times in the lab. Now is a good time to set up that plant misting system that you've been itching to design. You'll need it for this plant. Some feeding ingredients should arrive tomorrow. Blame the usual bureaucratic maze for the delays.
They gave her a chore.
Yeah, just like all good gifts. Fimbritil? Initials and symbols carved into tree trunks stay at the same height. They do not move upwards as the tree grows. This is because new growth on trees is at the tip. The tree trunk is only growing outward in layers, rings. Also, Fimbritil is Treebeard's long-lost wife. And if you don't know who Treebeard is, read Tolkien. I think did they misspell Tolkien? Alright, I guess that's the end of this experience. Podcasts?
You are listening to a special Cascadia City Public Library podcast, a companion series to the set of VR experiences you are about to embark on. The show was recorded in late 2040 and uncovers the story of Emmer Technologies. Today, my guest is Dr. Tegan Wicks. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Anita.
As background for our listeners, you work at Cascadia Northwest University?
Yes, I'm an associate professor, working in the field of augmented botany. My research deals with increasing our understanding of intelligence in plants. I work closely with Dr. James Fleming.
We've just watched a VR file of your consciousness recorded in March 2038. You seemed particularly distraught.
Yes, I had just been dismissed from a contract with Emmer, and to discover that vial of Utopia bots was missing just added to my distress.
I can certainly understand that. Well, let's have a look at the next VR recording to see how things develop.
That would be so creepy if you went on a podcast and they were like, we just watched a VR experience of your consciousness.
I can't pick the second one. Do I have to get a new ticket from her?
Probably.
No. Huh? Oh. Maybe I have to go here. Technology is our best bet for the future of humanity and are worse. We just need to be vigilant. Ava Marnfield, Emmer CEO. Emmer's most controversial achievement was the development of the, in one word, an anagram of slant. Is it smartPLANT?
Oh, smartPLANT.
Wait, I can't. Oh, maybe I don't put a space. Well done, but before you go, here's another anagram. Emmer nanobot equals onto membrane. Strangely fitting. In fact, eerie, wouldn't you say? I just want to watch the recording. Yeah, that would be spooky. Like, who's recording this?
It saddens me that I must celebrate my birthday on the day that
Great
I've been removed
question.
from such an interesting and important project. Thank God for my grad students and postdocs. It seems support is a two-way street.
Renovation. What should you do if you are addicted to seaweed? Sea kelp. Psychology, Dr. Chen.
Wow.
Intelligent agent. Noun. An agent that perceives its environment, takes action autonomously in order to achieve its goals, and may improve its performance with learning or acquiring knowledge. And that's exactly what plants do. TW. Neurobotany. T. Wicks and J. Fleming. Steph, why don't you study neurobotany?
I don't think it's a thing.
Cascadia Northwest University Department of Botany Spring Seminar Series. Are plants intelligent? Emily Summerhill, PhD candidate. Throughout botanical history, there have been tantalizing suggestions of consciousness in plants. First, Aristotle attributed a soul to plants, albeit a low-level one compared to animals. Then Darwin proposed a simple nervous system in plants. This was a groundbreaking idea. Later, in the 21st century, Simard and others discovered an internal plant communication system and even a plant-to-plant communication system. Most recently, nanotechnology has allowed us to control those communication networks. In essence, we now communicate with plants, although the technique remains controversial. Well, I'll go there later, I guess. We're studying immature plant cells here. They're undifferentiated with no purpose in life yet. They divide mercilessly and in animals can be a problem. Think cancer. Plants do not get cancer but can have tumors. Cell walls prevent tumor cells from breaking loose and moving around the plant, as do cancer cells in animals. Up night discussion. Did Rosalind Franklin get cheated? We all know that Watson and Crick were credited with the discovery of the structure of DNA in 1953, but why didn't Rosalind Franklin also get credit? Was this another example of 20th century sexism in science? First drink is free. Emily, is this yours? A strange game. Lots of people running away from their goals, haha. What is this? Welwitschia mirabilis? Is that a plant? I guess it's a plant. I thought it was like some sort of octopus at first.
Right. I think it's the kelp that you were supposed to seek.
Outgoing mail. Today's experiment measured the propagation of neural wave through the plant induced by herbivore wounding. Now, where is that snail? Thank Francis for fixing the ionic field biosensor laser inside the Faraday cage. Much easier now to select the location for measurements. Giant hungry snail, eggplants, or hapless victim who put up with a bit of discomfort for the common good, we think. One of the chalks is like glowing or hologramming.
Right.
Greenhouse duty and a bunch of names. Who says I don't pitch in and get my hands dirty, says Team Wicks. Tegan, I won't make it to the lab before conference, so hoping you can pack a few things and send them on. Use the in-lab mail pickup. I'll need them tomorrow afternoon for my conference workshop. I'll need my laptop and participant handouts, and pack the hybrid eggplant seeds as well. They're in the locked fridge. Hope you know the code. So excited that we've got such success with them, getting close to level 2 consciousness. CUH maybe start the neural wave experiments, instructions on Blackboard. Collect for James. Handout, okay. Chloroplast inoculation? I don't really care. Pilot tiny drone? What am I supposed to do? What?
Look in the fridge and hope you know the code.
Use in-lab mail pickup. Need my laptop. So I got the participant handouts. Where's the laptop? This thing? I can't pick it up. Do I? Is there... Is it this? Where do I put the handouts? Because I'm holding the handouts right now. Oh, maybe back here.
Strange. Did I forget to lock this yesterday? And where's James? He was working late last night, so he's probably asleep somewhere.
Orion plasma generator. Engineering notes from May 6, 2038. Electrodes due for maintenance. Magnetic field showing some instability. Nano bombardment normal. Fluctuations in corona discharge within acceptable limits. Anyone interested in a going away part for Tegan? I almost walked right into this thing because it's transparent. Dr. Wicks, came in late this morning, sorry, but prepped the sample. We'll have to leave by 2 p.m. though. Can you do the scan tanks? Sample, glycine max leaf palisade cell. Objective, determine degree of control of cell nucleus by Utopia bot. Procedure, electromagnetic pulse is generated by Utopia bot. Isobars will show affected area. Scanning. Good thing I'm a scientist and I know what I'm doing. Results. Yep. Nuclear penetration 55.8% of diameter, 57.3% volume. Utopia bot control 48.4% nuclear DNA.
Wow, that's a tremendously encouraging result. But
yeah,
something's not right. Just can't put my finger on it.
Yeah, something's not quite right. Tegan, getting fired really hurts, more so because I know you actually had a lot of fun working with Emmer. Remember your first experience controlling a maintenance drone inside a coffee plant? As part of your onboarding, of course drones are autonomous, but after you pleaded with Emmer, they let you take the joystick just for fun. Well, I happen to know that the recorded mission is still available on this headset, so what's holding you back? Why not experience the adventure one last time? Wait, we're putting a VR headset in a VR headset? Like in the VR...
Inception.
Yeah. How do I turn... Oh, there we go.
My first important assignment. Once I repair the bot, we'll see significant increases in caffeine levels when the beans develop. Well, let's get going.
Welcome, Dr. Wicks. Preparing for ascent. On-screen virtual markers and text are provided to guide you on your first mission. You may now proceed.
These channels between cells are everywhere. I'll have to find the right one to get into the phloem cell where the Utopia bot is located.
I guess not this one. Am I flying between cells? I guess that's what's happening, right?
Obstruction ahead. Sensors have detected an intrusion of living cells into the hollow cells of the xylem. It is likely a response to a stem wound. You must destroy this mass to restore water flow through the plant.
These projectiles are as big as my entire body, I feel like. Yeah, I saw something move over there.
My briefing notes mention the stem wound. I should be able to see ants marching up the plant. If I recall, the plant provides the ants with nesting space and food, and the ants defend the plant against herbivores. They also provide dung, which the plant can absorb as a source of nitrogen fertilizer. Very cool.
There's no way this is the scale, right? If I'm inside of a cell, ants should be like way bigger than this. Like I should be seeing the individual cells of the ant.
Yeah.
The virtual marker indicates your point of entry into a phloem cell. This is where the Utopia bot is located.
Okay, so let's go in. Yeah, the microtubule, like if I'm seeing this shit, there's no way I'm seeing ants. So there's the micro robot, I guess.
Looks like it's a simple software fix, thankfully. I'll just make the adjustment. Good. Mission accomplished.
Update. A water flow problem has been detected further up the plant. Although not part of this mission, it would be helpful if you were to locate and fix the issue.
Guess I can't go any further. These gates that connect xylem cells are kind of neat. I think they're called perforation plates. They give structure, but at the same time allow lots of water through. Beautiful.
Obstruction ahead. Sensors have determined that an air bubble is completely blocking water movement. This may cause severe wilting of the leaf. The bubble must be punctured and dissolved. Further travel into this leaf is unnecessary. All photosynthetic capabilities will now be restored.
I thought this was going to be a puzzle game, but it's more like a walking simulator.
What kind of simulator?
Walking. W-A-L-K.
Is that a specific type of simulator game?
It's a genre, yeah. Walking simulator. It's the type of game where you walk from one point to another and then you get narrative and then you walk to the next point and you get more narrative and so on. Wait, no, this is not where I want to go. I want to go further up the plant. Is it this way?
No problems have been detected further up the plant. Access is denied.
So is that it? I think we explored the entire plant. Let's see. Python drone intelligence experiment. We have to do an intelligence experiment somewhere. Collect for James. Oh, this is his laptop. Okay, so it's a laptop now. Stem phloem cell. How is the utopia about energizing the K ion pumps, and how can we increase the EM? Milestone in search for plant intelligence. Click the statement in chronological order. Time is the wisest counselor of all. Plants taught to possess soul, nervous system, plant applied communication, now the voice developed. That was the password? Okay. Seeds, collect for James. So is that everything? Okay, so we collected all the stuff for James. Neural wave experiment. How do I do that? Oh, there's a snail.
That's good. Good job finding the snail.
I am so looking forward to the results of this experiment. With the updates that Emily installed, this tired old laptop should record the output with, well, laser accuracy. Ugh, I do amuse myself.
So how do I start the experiment? What the heck? I can't talk to this guy? This is not James? I thought this was gonna be James, my coworker, but I guess not. Steph, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I don't either. I knew that that wasn't James because James is not there.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, maybe you push start.
Place snail on top leaf, press start. Look, we're doing science. This is what it looks like to do science.
Yep.
This is exciting! The wave has moved down the plant faster and more intensely than I thought, and it's triggered a physiological response in the leaves and another in the roots to warn neighboring plants about the presence of hungry snails. One more indication that plants are intelligent and even look after each other.
24 hours for plant to reset before repeating trial. Okay. Then I need to do worrisome discovery is my next checklist item. What's the worrisome discovery? that something happened. Oh, what was that? Was that in the game or was that in real life? I heard someone shout, but I don't know if that was in the game or if that was in real life. Did you hear someone shout?
I did, yes.
Oh shit, this guy jump scared me. What the heck? He opened the door right as I walked up to it. And where the heck am I supposed to see this worrisome discovery in this news flash? There's a car honk.
Yep.
Was that from you?
Me? No.
I'm trying to figure out where the car honk came from.
It seems to be in the game.
Why would there be a car honk in the game all of a sudden? Man, what the heck? What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. We did some science. That was pretty cool.
My first important assignment.
Shit, I started
Once I
over.
repair the bot, we'll see significant increases in caffeine levels when the beans develop. Well, let's get going.
Welcome, Dr. Wicks. Preparing for ascent. On-screen virtual markers and text are provided to guide you on your first mission. You may now proceed.
I'll leave. What could it be? Any controls that I'm missing? Select next, com, journal, put down item, information station, escape, nope. I'm completely stumped as to what I'm supposed to do. I don't know where this worrisome discovery is or where the news flash is.
Did you read that note?
Which note? This note?
Yeah.
Again, I imagine you'll need to return all this M equipment to their main campus. Do you need help? I can arrange for a secure truck. Let me know, JF. Is there like a guide or something? Tells us how to play, how to beat this level. Nope. The discussions on the game. Graphic resolution contact. Nope. I'm really surprised you can't talk to this guy. Like, why is this character in the game if you can't interact with them?
It's a great question.
Also, his keyboard is upside down. Recent developments of microinjection of living dandelion Tarazaxum officinale chloroplast into human subjects are encouraging. Using the new bot guides, the chloroplast successfully migrated to the skin surface of the target arm tissue. Within 2 hours, it commenced photosynthesis at rates comparable to those of the plant. The potential, the problems, and the technique reducing human world hunger will be discussed. Wait, what? In your absence, the experiment has been terminated? What? When did that happen? I thought I had
The
to
worrying
wait
discovery.
24 hours before or something for the experiment to... The heck? I'm confused. Is that really the thing? Did I really mess up?
Yeah, I don't know.
So where would the news flash be? It would probably be on a TV or something like that, right? That's here. We're missing 2 things. We're missing worrisome discovery and news flash.
Right.
Alright, I guess we'll just give up here.
Sounds good.
Seriously, you're going to quit the game? That's what it says here.
Yeah.
Alright, Steph. Thank you for assisting
Alright.
me in this game.
I don't know that I did, but you are welcome.
Goodbye.
All right. Bye.
Ending screen, interact, play. So thank you everyone for tuning in. That was a smartPLANT with Steph. Regular schedule, top left corner screen. Every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific. That's about 2 hours ago in your time zone. We got the Steph Thursday stream, where we play puzzle games, hidden object games, that sort of stuff with my co-host Stephanie. Every Saturday, 6 p.m. Pacific. That's about 3 hours and 28 minutes ago in your time zone. We have the solo Saturday stream where I play random games from my review queue. We got the Discord. Run the Discord for updates to the schedule and any announcements for off-schedule streams. Let's see here. Today's Thursday, so tomorrow Friday we're playing Steins Gate with Sleepy Doxy, Astria Rose, and Sachi. Then Saturday we're playing Self Loss with Java, so look forward to that. And then after that I'll be posting the schedule for the upcoming week. So yeah, I think that's it. Thanks again everyone for tuning in. I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of the Cap Crate while I look for someone to raid.